Please don't start. Don't start yet. Come on. Okay, we're back. Okay, how to cast. Rick Sanchez to Maha in the center, boosting in, gonna spin around, takes a shot, and Rick is gonna miss it. Blue Dream picking up on the back end. There were some free agent acquisitions and some trades that happened between these teams. Vapor is on the Korhal squad, however, he's not here today. And both Fancy Pants and Rick Sanchez were traded for by giving away Gorilla. Both of those guys starting in this game. We're gonna have to see if that was the correct move for Sara to make. Tanks giving it to the center. Tiny Terran on the crease takes a shot in. Fancy Pants making the save. Gonna bounce that out to Rick Sanchez. Gonna strip through one. Gonna be clicked off by Tanks. He almost gets a rebound though. Maha will run it down in the corner though. Maharishi spinning around, boosting to the center. Gives it over to Ricky. One-timers it off the post though. And Marker will make the save. Gives it out to Tiny Terran. Tiny to the center. Maha is not going to be able to get up in the traffic just yet. Blue Dream's going to run it down. He does have some space. Gives it over to Maharishi. Boosting forwards. Tanks on the defensive end. Throws it to Rick Sanchez. Back to Maha for the one-timer goal. Sara's on top. Great move. Tank's definitely not known for being the best defensive player on the roster. Just trying his best to help Marker out, but not going to be able to do enough. Maharishi boosting forwards. Gonna be stripped out by Tanks. Tanks looking for Tiny, possibly. Takes a shot on the short side, though, and Fancy will make a save. Excuse me. Blue Dream over to Maha. Boosting forwards. Takes a shot. Gonna be blocked by Tom. Rick Sanchez in his face. Will be throwing it off the top. Tiny Terran picking it up. Throws it away. Gives it to Tanks. Tanks boosting forwards. Takes a snipe. And that's going to bang off the bottom pipe. Blue Dream now picking it up. Throws it to Rick. In the pile. Rick trying to fight for it. But he's going to lose it to the bottom boards. Maha trying to get it back to him. But Tiny Terran will come away with it. Tiny over to Tanks. Stripped by Blue. And Blue Dream going to try to get through Tom. He does make it. Still has the puck. Not a lot of options, though. He will eventually have his pocket picked. As Maha will pick up the loose puck. Throws it off the backboards over to Blue Dream. Blue Dream spinning around. Trying to make a move. Looked good for half a second there. Couldn't finish the play. Oh, my God! Oh, Tiny Terran. He somehow intercepted the pass over to Rick. And he just botches it right into the goal. That's an embarrassing one for the Korhal Warpigs. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Marker thrown away. Maha picks it up. Throws to Rick Sanchez on the doorstep. Takes a couple shots, but Tom will pick it up after a couple Marker saves. And Tom now picking it up. Tom looking down the field for Tanks. Tanks stripped by Blue Dream. Blue Dream to Maha. Maha boosting forwards, looking for Rick. Takes a shot as his own, and that will go wide after it hits the post pretty hard. Tanks looking for Tiny. Blue Dream with a good strip. He does have some space. In alone on Marker. Blue Dream stripped by Tom from behind. Good defensive recovery. Pass is thrown long for Tanks. Tanks looking for Tiny. Rick Sanchez gets in the way and plays it back to Fancy. Great block there by him. He's going to bounce that off the top boards. Long. Marker picks it up. Oh, no. Marker loses it. I think somebody said in the Twitch chat that the Christmas rust is very real. I can understand that. I can appreciate that. Both as a player and as a caster. You know, I can appreciate that. Tank's making some moves on the crease. Not going to go anywhere. That's going to be the end of the period. 2-0. Sara leads. Very good period for them. Maha with the crown. He has a goal and 8 passes and 16 pickups. Fancy, I got to say, Fancy and Rick Sanchez after the acquisition by Maha. Got to say, they've been doing really good this game. Fancy, though, not having to make a whole lot of saves. Only 2 shots on him so far. Unlike poor Marker, who's being treated like a piñata. You know, they've been doing pretty good. Been doing pretty good, especially Rick. I think Maha's really trying to find his groove with him. I think I see some Twitch links that are being posted out there. I believe that's Mr. Alert Eyes' predictions for the weekend. So hope they're really good. I mean, they're always well written. So I would appreciate it if all of you guys checked out the news section more, because Alert Eyes has some really good predictions. They're all really well made and a lot of fun to read. Rick Sanchez running away with this puck, throws it to Maha. Maha in the alleyway, boosting in, takes a shot. Tiny with the block. Doesn't own goal this time. Blue Dream getting it back to Maha. Maha stripped by Tom. Gives it away to Blue. Blue off the top, backing out. Tries to throw it to Maha. In the pile. Maha comes away with it. Up close in the crease, and Tanks will run away with it. Blue Dream going forwards. Trying to take a shot. I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass. Tiny Terran stripped by Blue. Back to Rick. Rick on the doorstep. Put Marker quick on his feet to Colin him and block it for just a moment. Tiny Terran running it down off the top. He will bounce that to Tanks. Tanks spinning around. Right on top of Maha. Maha will pick it up, though, after the strip. And give it back to Blue Dream across center ice. Taking a snipe, and Marker will make the save. Gives out to Tiny. Tiny then playing it to Tanks off the bottom boards, where Maha will take it away. Boosting forwards. Tom will strip it. Maha gets it back. He's looking for Rick. Rick up close. Takes a shot right into the gut of Marker. It looks like this Dallas Stars St. Louis game, man. They're fighting like crazy. Maha. It's like the third fight I've seen in the last minute. Maha bouncing that long for Rick. Rick trying to get up close. Not a lot of support, though, for him. He almost found a gap. Will be blocked by Marker once more. 13-2 shots on goal. Sara is absolutely taking it to Korhal. Rick Sanchez stripped by Tanks, throwing it back to the top. Anybody wondering, this is the Eastern server. Tom giving it back to Tanks. Tanks making moves. Yellowed by Maha. Maha evades just long enough. He's going to play that downfield to Blue Dream. Blue Dream going to take a snipe. Going to be blocked easily by Mr. Marker. That will be bounced off the back and then the bottom. Maha picks it up, looking for the cross. He's backing out. And Tom will put an end to it. Throwing it back to Tiny. Tanks runs it down, throws it to the center where Tom is. Tom boosting in, stripped by Blue. What a play. Tanks picking it up close. Will be thrown aside by Rick. Rick's just going to bounce that out long. Tiny Terran back across the center. Maha will pick it up, heading back the other way. Maharishi with the shot from long. Will go off the side of the net. Blue Dream picking it up now and gives that away to Tiny. Tiny yellowed by Maha. Maha crossing it, and Tiny will put it away. Giving it back to Tanks. Blue picks it up, though. Blue back to Maha. Maha look for Rick. Just a hair off. And Tiny will pick it up. Gives it out to Tom. Tom boosting in. Crosses it. Tiny wasn't there. Gives it away to Tanks, though. Maha, bit of a scrum in front of the net. Dangerous spot for Sara, but they do play it away finally. And Rick Sanchez now has it. Stripping through Tanks. Back and forth it goes. Tanks going forwards with it. Maha will pick it up. Bounces that out for Rick. Tom now has it, and that is going to be the end of the second period. No goals in the second, but no shots whatsoever by Korhal. Just all Sara pressure. Absolutely. Maha with a goal. 17 passes. Playing a little bit more defensive role. He has both Rick and Blue Dream out there. So that would be, absolutely fantastic. Oh, can I pause? Nope. Nope. Tom giving it back to Tanks. Gonna be pausing it. There is the pause. What a beautiful feature. I love the pause feature, man. It's so fucking sweet. Makes me Craigasm every time, you know? Just absolutely great time. So how was everyone's Christmas break? Hope everyone enjoyed it and had a fun time. you know. Tanks off the bottom. Gives it a Tiny Terran. Tiny stripped by Rick. Rick going away with it now. Rick off the bottom. Gonna look to Maha in the center. Maha looking for the gap. Oh, and Rick blocks it. Oh, that's embarrassing. Maha just dove for the gap. He found it open, and Rick Sanchez unfortunately was there and gave it right back to him. Oh, Tanks, what a play. Tanks coming off the top side after the mistake by Sara, finding Tiny off the bottom for the one-timer goal. Beautiful looking play for Korhal to get back into this one. And Blue Dream stripped by Tanks, given to Tom. Tanks YOLOing through. Maha picks it away, throws it back. Tom now has it. And Tom going to give that out to Tiny Terran. So Maha's going to fight for it. He will get it over to Blue Dream. Blue Dream off the bottom. Going to look for a shot. Tiny Terran will block it. Rick Sanchez picks it up, throws it back to Blue, and he just peels out of it just a moment early. I think if Blue just stuck on the crease, he would have made it. Tanks coming off the bottom, looks for Tom in the center, but it's going to be jostled loose. Tom looking back for the play. Oh, my God. Tanks picking it up after the bad possession there by Sara. They had a chance at it, but a beautiful dive by Tanks. Tying this game up. We are tied at 2-2. And now Maha picks it up. Maha downfield to Rick Sanchez. Up close and personal. But Tom will throw it to the bottom. Tom backing away. In front of his own crease. He will bounce that long for Tiny Terran. Tiny. Gonna be stripped by Blue. Blue to Rick. Bad play. And Tanks will take it aside. Gonna give that back out to Tom. Tom. Gonna boost to the bottom. Gives it out to Tanks. Tanks. Gonna get past Maha. Backs away. Tries to find Tiny. That's gonna go nowhere. Looks like Maha's gonna fight for it with Tanks. Maha off the bottom. Is he gonna find Rick in the center? No. Tom doing a great job on defense. Maha will pick it up. He's gonna look for another cross possibly, but he can't get through Tom. Tom heading back the other way. Does have Tanks in the center. The pass goes wide, though. Fancy opting not to get out of his net to safely play that puck. But, you know, everybody has a different style. Tanks with a lot of real estate to work with. Throws it to Tom in the center. Takes a shot, but Fancy. Great block. And Maha. Going to bounce that long for Rick Sanchez. Bounces off the backboards, and Tanks will pick it up. Tanks down the gut. Tom gets it in alone on Fancy. Gives it to Tiny. And Fancy Pants. What a save. Beautiful. Giving it over to Blue. Blue almost finding it down to Rick Sanchez. The puck will be played to Tom. Tom going to be stripped by the pile. Blue Dream coming away with it. Tiny Terran now picks it up. Bounce that out to Tom. Tom backing away, going forwards, looks for the cross, and Blue Dream just gets his stick in just in time. Rick Sanchez playing it to the top. Rick. Gonna give it out to Blue Dream. Blue Dream boosting forwards, and Tanks will steal it. Maha putting pressure to his face. Tanks looking for the cross. Maha. Troll! Korhal scores with 36 left on the clock. Tanks just dangling it in front of Maha's face, crossing it just in time, and finding a beautiful one-timer goal on the backside. Maha off the top, in alone, spinning around, no support, and Tanks will take it away. 26 seconds left. Tanks is just going to ice it. And here we go, Sara with their last chance here. Bounce pass is bad. Tanks picks it up. Tanks off the top boards. Will throw it back to Marker. Marker with 10 seconds left. Just going to play it off the top. Maha picks it up. One-timers it towards the goal, but none of his teammates are able to get there. Marker will bounce that out. Fancy picks it up, and that is going to be the end of the game. Korhal wins this one 3-2 after Sara was just killing them all game long. Marker earning his paycheck like crazy this game, only allowing 2 goals in after 16 shots. Absolutely phenomenal game by Marker. No, he doesn't get the MVP, but he totally deserves it. It was the only reason Korhal had a chance in this one. Marker was playing out of his mind. Fancy had some good saves, but really just took him a little while to get into the rhythm, considering that no shots were being really taken on him. This was his first ZHL game, which is always pretty tough to work himself into. Maha playing a little bit more defensive role, a lot of passes, but a bad turnover ratio, kind of not really helping out, I guess. Not enough. And, it was a good game. It's a good game. A lot of really close shots from both these teams, as you can see. I mean, look at all these close shots here on Marker. He was able to save. Absolutely a great game by him.